Hello everyone, it's Doug with TPI and welcome to our supplier chat where we give you the opportunity to learn a little bit more about our preferred supplier partners. Today I'm joined by Jill from Allianz. How are you, ma'am?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
You too.
Very well. We were actually discussing just Allianz in general. Give us a little overview of exactly what Allianz is.
Sure. So Allianz is actually, believe it or not, the 20th largest company in the world. So don't jump right now.
Out of all companies ever,
yes,
the 20th largest.
Yes. But it is Allianz Global Assistance, which is who I work for, is the 28th arm. There's 28 arms of Allianz.
Okay.
So Allianz is based in Munich, Germany. Allianz Global Assistance is based in Paris, France, and the U.S. headquarters are in Richmond, Virginia, which is where I reside. So, it's a long-standing company. It's been around forever. It's very relevant in Europe. You'll see Allianz everywhere. I was in Bermuda a few years ago, and I walked by an Allianz building. So
that's pretty great.
It is everywhere your clients
That is
go.
a global presence.
It is a global presence.
That's
Exactly.
great.
Yes.
And we were also talking about, speaking of global presence, we were talking about sort of the technology. We like to hear at TPI, we like to think we're on top of things. And
Right.
it sounds like you guys are as well.
Yes, we're huge. We are a travel insurance company, but technology is a key focus just because that should be a lot of people's focus, the way the world is today. We do have an app that is, nobody else has anything like it in the travel insurance arena, but it is called Travel Smart. It is a great, easy app to use. You don't have to have a policy with Allianz. If you do, you can link yourself to it, your policy to it, but if you don't, it still has great information for anyone traveling internationally. There's a lot of features to it, including the international hospital search. So if you're in a country, you can just click on the country and it will tell you where all the hospitals are, how to get there, the hours, their website, their phone number, everything you need.
Literally all the details
all
possible.
the details possible. It's got some translators, so it's got, if you were in Greece and you didn't know how to speak the language, you could still show someone an ambulance that you needed. It does allow you to file a claim directly from there if you do have a policy. So it's got a lot of features, and it also has flight stats. It's a great all-encompassing app that someone who doesn't travel, different than those of us watching this, that could use freely, and it's a value add that you give to your client. It doesn't cost anything. It's free to download.
It sounds like it's just great. Again, you said all-encompassing, a great overall travel companion regardless. But we all know that travel insurance is something that people always kind of hem and haw about.
Right.
What from your standpoint, are benefits of travel insurance?
Well, the biggest benefits are if you do have something medically wrong, because I think a misconception among Americans is that you have insurance, health insurance, when you go over to London. Mm-hmm. You do not. Right. You actually don't even have health insurance when you're in a port in Fort Lauderdale and you're already on the ship. If that ship is going into foreign waters, you already do not have health insurance, even though you're in the state of Florida. So that's a huge misconception. In fact, we have a marketing campaign around, it's called the Passport Campaign. If anyone watching this opens their passport, I forget what page it's on, which is a U.S. State Department document, nothing to do with Allianz, it will state in there, all Americans traveling abroad should have health insurance. That's the only way to get it is through travel insurance. Wow. So unless you have a rider on your health insurance policy.
Sure.
But so I think that's a big misconception. So the biggest need would be for the medical, because the cost of it and also how the medical facilities are around the world. If it's a different story.
Right. With travel insurance, you can probably get a better deal policy perhaps with a travel agent. Is that
accurate? With you working with TPI, you're going to have the best policies and the best commissions, really. So that is going to be something that would be different than if you just went in off the street and went to a website. But and also TPI works with companies that they know and trust, and they've had a valuable partnership for long standing. So again, you're working with a company that does have the global presence that you need, and the financial backing to pay out claims if you need it, and just the loyalty factor for sure.
Sure. And now what would you say are the three main focuses a travel agent should mention to someone considering?
Sure. I would say the biggest reasons people need travel insurance is for the cancellation before you go, the interruption while you're there. Someone back home is sick and you need to get home. You're on a 10-day cruise. You're going to lose out the 8 days if they call you on day 2.
Right.
And then the biggest piece, again, is the medical piece. Whether you need an emergency evacuation out of there, if it's very severe, or if you just need to go to the hospital because you chipped your tooth.
Those are great reasons. Those 3 things are probably the most concerning to anybody traveling.
And something that
anytime,
people think
anywhere.
about. Right?
Yeah. And yes, something you don't really hone in on and think about all the time.
Exactly.
That's awesome. We've covered a lot in the small time we've been together. Jill, thank you so much for your time with us. Guys, that's your supplier chat. Happy selling.